Hello boys, my name is Kiyoshi. Welcome back to my blind playthrough for the Super Mario RPG Remake for Switch. In the last video we left off making it to the end of Bowser's Keep and arriving in Weapon World. However, we also went back and take on some of the super bosses in the game that weren't available from before. Now that we've done that, we finally get to take on Weapon World, the game's true final dungeon and the last part of the set. Unlike Bowser's Keep, you can run away from this at any time. In fact, if you ever get worried, like if you ever run out of you can definitely go back and grab some items at various areas. In fact, before I even think about doing anything else, I should probably actually just... I know I have to redo this part again, but I don't care. I should go back to Mobile and refill any items that we don't have yet. Okay, that one doesn't have many items, actually. Maybe Seaside Town has better stuff, who knows. I want to make sure we have a full item inventory before we head over, though. Alright. We did sell a lot of our extra stuff because of how tricky it would have been to keep all that. Alright, that is the main store we wanted to set up. Otherwise, we pretty much already have all the other stuff from before. We even have our red essence from earlier. Probably won't be able to save that, though. We'll probably have to use it in this next dungeon. Who knows? I keep thinking I'm playing on the original version. In the original version, there is no map selection thing, so you have to between the regions every time you want to go between them. But with this fast teleport, we can just go right back to where we're going into. So now we're actually going in. Nope. As you can see, if you fall down, you have to redo one of the sections you fell down from. That's fine. We're almost done with this game, though. I'm gonna try to skip some battles, but not necessarily all of them. These in particular are probably gonna be a bit tricky to skip, but the rest of the stuff we could skip a bit easier. We can actually make these jumps, you know, that would be nice. The tricky part about this is this thing will constantly move forward. You can skip a little bit of the jumping segment, though, by just jumping off early. It's probably actually easier than going through it normally. What's this do? Okay. That is a lot of different enemies to deal with. Okay, turns out there's more than one here. I am trying to skip enemies for a little bit because this part also has unskippable battles, particularly more in the later segment, but some also in the earlier segments as well. This is not one of them. I like how they give you a random save just in the middle of nowhere. Actually worries me a bit. Yeah, I'm a bit jay already. I'm gonna use Honey Syrup. Because I forget if this is an early boss or not. I know there is a boss, but it's not till later. Ooh. Yeah, that's right. I almost forgot about this. The Ultra Hammer. Mario's strongest weapon, by the way. So technically we have 2 ultimate weapons as far as the game's concerned. Because I don't want to go back through the engine, obviously I'm going to try to complete this all in single setting. If I can. Yo. Where are we going now? Oh yeah, okay. This is a good save, because in the base game, this is one of the hardest battles in the game. We're throwing ourselves into so many hard battles. It's Mario. How did he get here? We better do something. So, yeah, we get a whole bunch of stuff to deal with, but before we can even do anything, we need to think about taking out these Dinalines. Or they actually changed them slightly to Rain and Deans in this, but still technically Dinalines. So those 2 armless fiends on top, those are actually really deadly. They have a bunch of statuses, AoEs, and other stuff, and a sort of other stuff. This guy's actual name is called Countdown, and funnily enough, true to his name, he has a couple mechanics make you think otherwise. I'm gonna not actually use what I was gonna use before, but with Peach, I am gonna use a Fright Bomb. Okay, that didn't do anything. But anyways, they randomly do various stuff, but there's some really awkward stuff. Anyways, these 2 Dinalines you obviously want to take out first if you can, because they are really nasty. Those of you who don't know, they do a bunch of random stuff. Sometimes they'll do statuses, sometimes they'll do other stuff, and other times they'll just completely troll you by using other stuff. The main mechanic this guy does is he basically slowly counts down from a set amount. Every time he takes his turn, he automatically does damage. But there's also a secondary effect called Time is Marching On. Okay, melee is actually what we want to see them do. Because if they're meleeing, they're not even doing their strong attack. In case you haven't already been surprised, the easiest way to do this first part is to use a bunch of excess items like rock candies and all that stuff. All those items we saved from before, this is basically where you want to use them all. It's just really difficult to deal with this battle without items. Once you finally take them out, the battle's not nearly as difficult. It's mainly scary at the first part. Alright, to speed this up, I want to do the thing that I wanted to do before. This is only 1, but I want to at least use it on someone good, so we're going to use this on Mario. As you can see, this acts as a free Geno boost. It basically just does other stuff. Nice. They completely missed us. But yeah, essentially the time slowly but surely creeps onward. If it ever reaches the last part, ever, and I mean like the last bit of damage time, like 12 or something, then he will immediately kill us. So we need to kill him before that happens. That's the main reason why this boss is so deadly. So it's pretty much a speedrun battle. You have to very quickly kill him before he gets too fast. There is a way to slow him down, though, I think. there's like a slow ability, we could probably keep him taking any turns. Thankfully, once you get down the D lanes, he's not normally that bad. Alright. And conveniently, they give you another save point afterwards. Anyways, that fight is a whole mess of RNG. They can do a bunch of AoE attacks to just completely wreck your party. Other times, they'll just completely troll you and do something else. And the time is marching on, you saw at the beginning, that basically instantly makes them go to the next part. The real fun part, though, begins at this end part right here. So, once we get into the middle part of the factory, we start finding a series of machine-made enemies. These are basically copies of our opponents we already faced before. So this is the Action Rangers again, basically. We'll have to fight several of these enemies, and they constantly respawn throughout the setup. If we walk into any of them, we'll have to fight them immediately. In addition to the amoeboids. I'm gonna use the Sia. I want to shut it off this at least once. This is a guaranteed runaway thing, so if you get this, it makes it very easy to just run away. Okay, this is more of a timing one than anything. Now we have machine-made. I love it calls them machine-made. Each of these are actually their own separate battles. This machine-made is unique only, and yeah, you might remember this. This is machine-made Mac, basically. Now, as they're just new, like, they're just, like, machine-made, they're not as strong as the original counterpart, but they are still all have similar abilities to that of the other characters. Some of them you can skip. Most of the time, though, there are ones that you cannot skip at all, and one of the next ones we get into is basically that terror. This guy just likes dodging everything, probably just to melee attack him. Okay, that time I actually literally tried to jump over him, nothing happened. There's an extra enemy over on the side though, so we'll use Geo Blast this time. Geo Blast will be very important for an end part coming up pretty soon. I don't know. Thankfully, once you've downed Countdown, most of it is much easier than the rest of the game. The real tricky part was actually getting through this first section. Right, got for that. So this one fight you typically cannot skip at all. And surprise, surprise, it's Bowyer again. Annoyingly enough, he still has the same mechanic as before. So you want to try to bait him into turning off your jump first. Using a bunch of special attacks. I forgot to mention how he does it. It's not based off of like what was used last. It was based off of how much you use a particular action. So if you use items and other stuff a whole bunch, but use attacks in the mix of it, he'll still turn off X. Okay, that missed, but that wouldn't have worked anyway, because he's resistant to sleep. As these are intended to be boss battles, they're a bit tougher than regular enemies to take out, but honestly, the machine maids aren't nearly as difficult as their original counterparts, so went down pretty easily. If you know how you faced them in the past, it's honestly not really that difficult to deal with. We didn't even bother boosting them. Second part is just more of the Axum Rangers. You can jump over these two. They're pretty tricky. Probably end up facing a couple of them. There's that dangerous attack. It's called Petal Blast. That's the one we were trying to avoid before. As it turns out, the two items I had from before were already pretty good, because as it turns out, yeah, everyone but Mario is actually completely resistant to statuses altogether. Now, technically, Mario had collected the ultimate icon called Super, so he'd actually be invincible as well. Oh my goodness, this guy just wants to avoid everything. What's very interesting is, although Mushroom stops you from acting, it at least heals you, so it's not as terrible as you would have guessed. Okay, we jumped over them. There's another bow here as well. Oh, we almost skipped him for the second time. Oh, that's the worst target for that ability. Really the worst target. I don't really want to be on him locking items or anything else. So what I should do is, let's use cleansing juice. If I use like an item, maybe that'll get something different. Oh wait, I have a better idea. Alright. We use Rainbow Shield now. If we've done this correctly, he'll lock X, meaning we can use either specials or regular attacks, but okay, he did not. Did the unexpected part. Anyways, yes, that whole thing of him locking up buttons is based off of an internal countdown, but different actions do different things. Okay, Peach cannot be put to sleep, so that's fine. Me. One strat I also had for that other battle, probably would have been faster once I got to that countdown character, is just change to Bowser. If we change to Bowser in battle, we could use like a big AoE attack to almost immediately kill him, and then switch one of the other characters to Geno, and then use our stuff, or maybe even just use our items. Because if we can use that fast enough, we can pretty quickly destroy the enemies. Anyways, we got Machine Man Warrior down a second time. This is a lot of stuff to do. By the way, you can replay doors in Bowser's Keep wherever you want. Okay, by the way, this is a little bit of a weird trap. I think if you go here, it just leads to like some weird room. So you're probably wondering, that's an infinite loop. How do we get past it? Well, we actually have to fight this guy. Of all the Machine Mage, this is the one fight we actually have to do. It's also a special enemy by default, so it's a little bit stronger than usual. We're gonna use a boost on Mario. Let's do a super jump on him. Okay, we did a lot better. By the way, I did do a bit more research on Super Jump. I found it is very similar to the original, and I did mention it kind of literally, where after you do the first 3 or so jumps, actually, from what I found, it's a total of 15. Every other jump after that must be done in a 3-frame window. In a 60 FPS game, that is not easy to do. That's why this part is so hard, and it's also probably the main reason why I'll never do 100% of this game. I still have some bombs. Let's throw a fire bomb here, see what this does. Maybe it'll just kill them. Yeah, okay. I've never seen the Machine Maid use a split. In the other runs I've seen, he usually just dies right away. This one is also similar to another boss that we've done before. Seems to be really not resistant to special attacks, so that's what we're using here. This is a really tough fight, though. By the way, have I gotten really unlucky on him? Because normally, isn't he just a monster in the original game? Because usually he's not that tough, but I guess because I got the special version. I don't know if anyone's actually got it before, but yeah, that's a Phoenix Cannon. Anyway, we needed to do that fight. That's the only way to get to this next part. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's this battle. And behold, they've taken the bait. Heh. Guess I could spare a few minutes. Maybe they'd like to play. So this is one of the trickiest battles in the game as well, but it's not nearly as tough as the other battle, as long as you know what you're doing. First thing we're gonna do though is Geo Boost both Peach again. One thing I do want to do though is make sure I'm using my HP restoring items now. Actually, no wait. What was I looking for? Actually, no, I wanted to use Goop Bug first. Yeah, I want to use that first. There are technically two different versions of this fight, depending on what you do. For those of you who don't know, this is one of those weird fights that changes based on who you kill first. Nope, to nobody's surprise, Domino's the weaker of the two, but really tedious. So you want to take him out first. Because if not, you get a massive pain in the butt AoE attack extravaganza to deal with. But your Duke's up. Makes you believe that you have to tap the Bad Adder, but I think you mostly just want to take on Cloaker instead. As you don't know, this battle basically changes based off of what you use in battle. Oh, we got him defeated, but we're not done yet. Alright, so, as it turns out, we want to take out the Bad Adder first, because that's the only thing we need to do to beat this battle. Oh, that's the same miss from before that other enemy did later in the Super Boss battle. Well, we're going for the Adder this time. Adder does do attacks as well, but if you take him out, he won't do anything else. The Adder's the main one where you want to kill, obviously. Alright. Now it's use Group Bug now, before we forget. That was a massive attack from Peach. At least she resisted the poison. It's about all she did do. Let's use therapy on her since she's the only one that got hurt there. I'm trying to save my special attack, Mosifi, because I don't know when it'll be available. We got him. Alright, we're done. Alright, we're in the factory part, which means we're already almost done, and also, upon clearing this boss, our HP heals to full, which is nice. Because we have a bunch more battles to do here. Production is on schedule. This is despite the fact that Claymore and Boyer, Spiridovich, and the Axum Rangers were defeated. At this rate, Smithy will have a new army in no time. A new army? Be making more weapons. Haven't you caused enough trouble already? Oh yeah? Who are you? This is the Mario. Give up now while you still have a chance. Shut down production or I'll stomp ya. What do you say, old puffball mad mallet? Trash them. Alright. So this is the part where you want to pretty much just use non-stop AoE. Somehow that didn't fully kill him. This chain should, though. Yeah. Got him. Let's see what you got. Guess we're using the flash instead of the normal attack. Alright. Got him. I was hoping Geo Blast would one-shot those fiends. It usually does, but didn't in this one. Alright. What do you suppose the switch does, Nothing's happening. Huh? What's with the funny face, Mario? Oh, I know you're trying to make me look, aren't you? Not going to fall for that one. Ack, help me, Mario. Scary, I guess the green switch controls the train. Mario. And Toad came all this way, apparently. I finally made it up here. Let me help you guys out. Princess. I'm sorry I snuck out without telling you or the Chancellor. Just wanted things to get back to normal. I just wanted to do my part to help. Princess. Yeah, that's it. Any job that lets me help both Mario and the princess is worthwhile. Can you do the help? Well, I carried all I could. Now, what could you use? So, we get an opportunity to buy some items. Apparently, Tadpole Kumla, despite being a unique item, is included on one of those. So, we'll go ahead and buy that, I guess. But other than that, we don't really need anything else. We also get a rock candy for free. That's nice. We'll be able to use that on one later fights in the factory, actually, because there's still more of them. Here's the report. Drill bit will be finished on time. Ahead of schedule. Will make Siffy proud. Good work, everyone. The harder we work, the stronger Siffy will come. The weapons here we manufacture will be... Just think of it. When Siffy takes over Mario's world, we can do anything we want. So fast. Sure, like that, Ivanch. I rule this world, don't you forget it. It's Mario. The Claymore and Spiridovich clones didn't stop him. No, leave Mario out of this. I'm the one you need to worry about, not him. Mario, you're about to make the longest jump of your life. You're ignoring me. By the way, these are each boss battles, so as you might have guessed, they fully heal you between each, which is nice. Okay, those enemies get one shot for some reason. I don't know what's different about this battle and the regular battle. Normally in the original game, if you time it right, they are usually one shot. Okay, this guy just keeps summoning his minions. So we'll keep killing them. Got him! So these are the first battles I talked about. There's a lot of them, but once we get through these last two, we're in the final stretch, basically. Well, the moon over the day, my genius, and Brawn are lost on these fools. Haiku. Well, okay. There's one more. Alright, you there, are you the one in charge here? Do you know what your weapons are doing to your world? Stop this nonsense at once. That is impossible. Any dissent against Smithy will be dealt by immediate meltdown. Meltdown? You can't scare me, I got Mario by my side. Centers will be eliminated, production will continue. Alright. Oh wow, he vigored up a couple of times. Really wants to give us a 1-2 punch, if you know what I mean. As this is the last of the tricky fights, he is a lot more help than the other enemies. Just like the previous enemies, he can randomly summon the back that we killed, but if we use one of our old items, a lock candy, we can instantly clear them out again. They just happen to have just a little bit of HP enough that we can kill them with just one attack there. Right. Let's keep using this. Cool. Just like the last battle, we finished them all at the same time. That was scary. We can't run away now. We gotta kick these low lives out of our world. Alright. We're pretty much almost done with this game, but we're getting very close to the final battle, which means, yeah, it's that time again. Fortunately, this is where we're going to end this episode, guys. Thought you probably expected us to finish the game right now, but nope. We still have one more stuff to do. So, in the next video, we will finish this game by defeating Smithy once and for all. And until then, I'll leave a like if you guys enjoyed this. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.